watching Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, when you were 4.
Well,
So, yeah, that was perfect. I know.
40.
40. A few years back. So we're having fun doing all things BCP, and we have a lot of interesting things going on this week. We also have 2 guests that have both been volunteered to help with shows in performance. We have Mary Sorensen coming in from Las Lajas today.
Hello, good morning. Yeah.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, voluntold today to come be here. So
Yes, exactly. Voluntold. You will be on the
Yeah,
radio,
for sure.
and you
Oh,
will
that's
speak
cool.
kindly of us. Thank you. And we have Denise Rogers, who needs no prompting. She's here today as a dancer.
And I didn't even need the invitation. They left the door open.
Yeah, we got here this morning. There she was.
It's like, oh, you're on the air with us. Okay. We've never had dancing on the radio, but I think it's perfect. It is very perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm qualified because I never knew I was a dancer.
See?
Yeah.
But this is very much how you have discovered all of your performance skills. Am I correct in this?
You are very correct.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So-
Beginning with comedy in 2021.
Right, you did
Okay.
stand-up comedy.
I'd never done that before.
And you stood right up and you comedied all over the place.
I had a blast. I even bought overalls. That's the first pair of overalls I've had since I was 10.
And you thought that was part of your persona on stage, so you just bit the bullet and purchased. Have you ever worn them again?
No,
Okay, we got to get you to
no,
perform some
I'm
more.
at 5'2". You know, it makes me look like a troll or cousin it.
We'll get you a pointy hat and put you in a garden.
That's perfect. I love it. So after you did comedy, somebody tapped you to do something else, right?
Yes. Last year when Steel Magnolias was rolling around, Denise Daniels actually said, okay, with that accent, you have to try out for Steel Magnolias.
Yes.
And
I saw you in Steel Magnolias last year. It was my introduction to BCP, and you were incredible, Denise, I have to say. So I am really looking forward to see your dancing now. So.
I had so much fun in Steel Magnolias. Everybody was wonderful. It was like being an instant family.
Yes.
The
yes.
girls and Pam McDonald and Jane. I mean, it was, and Gabrielle. It
Yeah,
was just
you had a
wonderful.
director too. That was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, she's fair to middling. It was just so wonderful to see it come together, and
Yeah.
so many things that I never knew, like how to face and how to move your shoulders and how to fight. Gabrielle taught me how to fight, and I had to beat up Pam McDonald.
Yes.
That was the best scene in the show, I have to say.
It was a very, very good scene.
Yeah.
That was great. That was, some what we call stage combat, but well staged, so nobody got hurt, which is remarkable.
Combat
Excellent.
comedy.
Combat comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, comedy combat. Combat comedy.
That's
Never.
how you know you have a really good company, when you can do those kind of stage combat and everybody doesn't get hurt.
Yeah,
Everybody
exactly.
comes out still
and
friends.
they're happy.
Yeah, they're friends and they're happy. And yeah, we had a really good time with that show. That was an amazing production and emotional. Yeah, there was some other emotion besides bliss, but that's okay. That's theater. This year's production that I'm directing is much the same. There's a lot of comedy and there's a lot of pathos and there's a lot of deeper emotion that get explored, emotions that get pulled out. But that, to me, that's the theater experience.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that show, what it's called and
Yeah,
stuff?
what is that show? I don't know anything about it.
Don't know that I have done that yet. So, okay, it's called The Tin Woman, like, the Tin Man and
Only
the
it's a
Wizard of
woman.
Oz. Only it's a woman. And she needs a heart, just like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. But once she gets her heart, she's not too sure what to do. And
What to do next?
yeah, she's advised by a well-meaning friend to go and meet the donor's family. And that perhaps was not the best advice she's ever received. So this is, it kind of goes in all of those emotions, grief and loss, but also discovering what your life is about and who you love.
Have you already
Those
had the
things.
auditions for that?
Do you know what, Denise? I love you so much because that's exactly the thing I meant to talk about, which is to say auditions are coming up on Tuesday afternoon. So, yay, come to the Feria building if you are here in Boquete and want to be part of it. The notices
Iris
are
Room.
out. Yes. The notices are out on Facebook and other places about what cast 6 characters that we need. And, hey, come in and give it a try.
And we need people of all ages, really.
Yeah.
And the age ranges are suggestions, kind of, because it is Boquete,
Yes.
right? And our talent pool, a lot of the times, is slightly older, right?
Yes, or slightly younger. Last year's Steel Magnolias, we had the character of Annelle was supposed to be a 19-year-old girl, and we got a 15-year-old girl. In fact, she turned 15 just before the show opened. So she pulled it off, man. That
Yeah.
was great.
She was fantastic too. Yeah.
Yeah. And who was that person?
That amazing young woman was Serene Johnson.
Of the
Oh,
fantastic Johnson family.
all of them, but
Yeah.
especially Serene, can do anything.
Right.
They
Yeah.
can do anything, literally. The acting is phenomenal. The dancing is top rate. You really can't rate it. And some of them sing. So,
Well,
I'm super impressed with the talent that's here. I was worried because I came last fall. I'm thinking of moving here, retiring, and I was like, well, how can I do music and theater? And then I saw BCP Productions, and I was like, oh, it's here. Yes, please, thank you.
Yay. And so now tell us the show that you're involved in this season, Mary.
Sure. Yeah, I actually was honored to be cast in Little Shop of Horrors. So
Yay.
I am
Yay.
super excited because I love to sing. I love to do theater, and I have never done this book show before. My background is more. I've done a lot of classical choirs and opera and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I studied piano in college, so
Right.
But I've done I've done a lot of review shows with community theaters, and I've done a lot of Gilbert and Sullivan.
Oh, cool.
Which is that comedy thing.
Oh, yeah,
So yeah, I am super excited to be singing as one of the street urchins and being part of a little trio group there and get to know my other trio. It's gonna be really fun. I'm very pleased and excited and very impressed with the talent pool here. So
Yeah.
I'm
I
It
gotta
is
say.
amazing. I mean, we do have so many talented people. And this show, Little Shop of Horrors, is going to be fantastic.
It's already been so fun.
Yeah.
And I've only done one weekend of rehearsals.
Well, going to rehearsals, it's very impressive to see. And the singing is being worked on right now, which is phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
really fun. Michael Halpern is jumping in there. He said he didn't want to be the musical director, but guess
And
what?
he's not.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
And he's
But no, he's not.
acting as musical director to bring, I think you're going to get a shot at that too, Mary, to bring the people along for rehearsal, which will be wonderful.
Yeah, Michael's doing great, even though he likes to say he's not the musical director.
Right.
He is.
He's the non-musical musical director.
And
To me-
I'm kind of assisting. I'm working with people individually and with the trio.
Good.
to
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
get
Good,
us
good.
together. Yeah. So.
To me, a musical director's first job, because I remember this from my acting and singing days, is to first give the confidence to the singers, because
Yeah.
most of them are like you. You've just said that you've never done a book show, which I love that. What you mean, of course, is that it's not a review, it's not a musical number after a musical number, but it's actually a story told with music, not an opera, not an operetta, all different. So this is it's a different
Yeah,
experience.
it's new for me, so I'm super excited. Even though I have a lot of experience on the stage,
Yeah.
as you said, I haven't actually done a musical book show before,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
That sounds.
So, what is the Motown show considered?
That is a review. It's an interesting thing because Rhonda has done an amazing job, as you know. Last year she did the Broadway review, which was fantastic. And there was a little bit of story to string it together. Not a lot. You didn't need a lot because it was basically going from scene to scene of each Broadway show and doing a song or two from each one. But then this year she's come up with a different format. The idea is how Motown, well, you should probably tell it.
Yeah, it's going to be done as though we are having a family reunion.
Motown Family Reunion.
And we have differently abled people
Yes.
in the cast.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So this is going to be, the diversity alone is jaw-dropping.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
And
Fantastic.
I think the youngest ones are in their 3s and 4s.
yeah,
Wow.
I think.
And there are several of us in la tercera edad. That's as gently as I'm going to put that.
Oh, that's funny.
They call us the grown folk.
the grown,
grown folk.
folk.
And I just
Yeah.
don't know if it's GROWN or GROAN.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah, I
It's
was thinking
probably
it was the
both.
noise we make every time we stand up. You
Well,
know.
especially after we've been hopping around all afternoon. I get in the car and come home, and by the time I get out of the car, I know it's GROAN.
Yes. It's a lot of
Always with a smile, though, right?
Of course.
a lot of rehearsing.
Yes.
You guys are rehearsing twice a week.
Yeah, they're coordinating the logistics on this really well. You know, everybody and their brother doesn't need to be there for everything.
Right.
So they split up the practice times,
Right.
so that we're not overwhelming the patio,
Yay.
and we can focus and hear and jump around until we get a little more coordinated.
Uh-huh.
I have had the incredible pleasure of meeting a new person in my life. Her name is Sherry Yeager.
Yes. Isn't
And-
she a kick in the pants?
Sherry is magnificent. First of all, she's fun.
Uh-huh.
So, that automatically draws me to that light.
Fun
Yes.
is number one, yes.
And then we use visual cues off of each other when
Uh-huh.
we're dancing. So we have to be here and here.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's a mandate. It's a mandate now. So,
You and Sherry like this.
Uh-huh.
Very good. She's a lot of fun. I think this is her first show as well.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've been trying to get her up to sing. She can sing really nicely. And she's one of those people, is why we were saying the first job is to give the confidence to the singers, because most people will censure themselves and decide that they're not good enough, and they don't even try. And I think that's a sort of a typical thing to do when you haven't done it before.
oh, in my case, back in 2020, I got all the rest I will ever need for the rest of eternity. So, y'all got something you want to try? I'm your girl.
Yes.
You stocked
You
up.
heard it
Yeah,
here.
nicely.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Ask Denise. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, and you're involved in many aspects of the BCP. You're involved in production. You're involved
Yes.
in performing. You're involved in procuring.
And you're involved in translation.
Yes,
And you're
indeed.
involved in helping us, the procuring, understanding how do we get baños in here, and how is our tent situated, and what do we need?
Con mucho gusto de servirles.
Oh, say.
What do we do to appreciate people like Denise? Because there should be something, right?
Well,
I think
you
a
know,
ticker tape parade would be nice.
Yeah.
I like your thinking,
Yeah.
Mary. We thought maybe y'all should come down to Tap Out this Saturday evening, because we have a volunteer appreciation party.
No, that's not tonight,
Not
Saturday
tonight.
evening.
No, right.
That's the
You're correct.
15th.
The 15th.
Next
Saturday
week.
the 15th at
Oh,
5
okay.
o'clock. Anybody who is already on the roster as volunteering for the 2023 season is invited for hot dogs and French fries and music and prizes even, and a little bit of orientation about how this season is going to flow. So get everybody you know to become a volunteer, and then bring them along to the big party
What
on
if,
Saturday.
what if you're not a volunteer but you want to? Can you come to the Saturday event and sign up to be a volunteer?
I love that idea.
Okay.
You're a good idea-er.
That's
Well, and the volunteer coordinator is a peach.
Yeah, that's Pam.
That's
our
Pam McDonald.
yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
She was the one that was Weezer last year in Steel Magnolias. So
Yeah.
if you wanted a face for the name, and she's just an awesome person.
She
Yeah,
doesn't wheeze as much as she did.
She's been producing on Little Shop of Horrors. I've seen her at rehearsals, and they refer to her all the time for so many things, and she always has the answer. And she's like, if she doesn't know, she gets it done.
Yeah.
She's just quiet in the background and getting it all done. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's amazing. So, you could come if you felt like coming to the party and you said, but I'm not a volunteer. You could come and Pam will set you up. Or, even more easier, is go ahead and go online, volunteers at eventsboquete.org. That is the BCP website, eventsboquete.org. And there's a little one that you could send Pam a message and say, okay, I'm in. I want to volunteer for this season. And then you can come to the party because it's going to be great.
What if like I don't want to be on the stage and I don't really have a lot of time? Be like, what kind of things do you need volunteers that like just to come to do half an hour of work or something?
Yes, actually.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah.
You're a good idea, too.
Thank you.
That's a fabulous idea. We have all kinds of things. We have some jobs that don't even have anything to do with the shows, that we need people right now to help us with a few administrative things or graphics design or set design, lighting design.
We do need a lighting designer.
Yes.
So I had everybody with lighting design skills. Now there's, light operator, and then there's lighting designer, and that's kind of integral to each show because the cues and the colors and the spots and the focus, they all play a part in telling the stories.
Especially for Tin Woman, we're going to not have changing scenery except by indications with lights and music. So it's going to be interesting.
That sounds like an awesome opportunity for a lighting designer.
Yeah, take a crack at
Yeah.
it. But if you don't have mad skills like that you have not already been in theater for a long time, but you kind of like the folks associated with it or whatever, come and sign up anyway. We
Come
could
and
have
learn, right?
Yeah,
we can
Yeah.
teach people.
Yes, and we
Absolutely.
have other jobs like you said, just taking tickets or selling tickets at Tuesday Market.
I don't know what we would have done, both in Gilligan last year and Steel Magnolias, if we hadn't had people helping us get dressed.
Yes.
backstage.
Yes.
Dressers.
Because you're trying to get
We're gonna need that.
you're trying to get in and out quickly.
Yeah.
Yes,
And like when we were doing the murder mystery for Gilligan, one of the characters that I was playing was Velma from Scooby-Doo. There would be a person on each foot trying to get her socks and shoes on, somebody else trying to get her sweater on and not mess up the wig and find the glasses.
yes.
You played like 9
Yes.
characters in that
Well,
show.
4.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Well, who's
4 or
counting?
5. 4.
It was fun. I've never died on stage before.
Oh, dying on stage is actually quite a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your chance to make your demise dramatic and
In the
funny.
character of Flo, when she died on stage, I knew that her underalls were going to be showing. So I went and bought pink lace bloomers. I still have those.
Perfect.
They go with the overalls.
There you go.
very theatrical.
Well, yeah, and I know I'm gonna need help with my makeup because I don't wear makeup, and we're gonna be doing '60s girl makeup, and I'm supposed to look 18. I'm guessing, which that's a stretch. But
Well,
but yeah, somebody come and help me with my makeup if
Oh,
you're
yeah,
a mad makeup person.
Yeah, that's Pam's done makeup before, but I think being producer and volunteer
She's got a lot to
coordinator,
do.
yeah, she may want somebody else to do makeup this year too. You can always use more than one.
Oh sure,
'Cause you've got-
definitely.
You've got
absolutely.
a
Yeah.
cast of 8, so that's going to take a little work.
Yeah, I guess I'm just saying that we have room for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please.
We even need, and it's a pretty easy job. We need, we'll need people to direct the parking.
Yes.
Right? We use there's 2 parking lots at the Rock, and we use the overflow lot. That's for the theater. And we need somebody to direct people. But then after that, you can, head to the bar or go home or do whatever you want.
Or
you know?
watch the
Watch
show.
the
curtain puller.
show.
Or be a curtain puller.
A curtain
Or
puller.
do double duty or triple duty,
All of those are fun things to do. Yes, and we are going to have more volunteer appreciation events as well. So, and then there's always cast parties. Those are a ton of fun. So,
Well, back to the curtain puller. Last year's curtain puller, was Amelia Claire Vega.
yes.
I later found out that she's the one who sewed the guts for Maud.
Uh-huh.
So I contracted with her to make myself a pollera, the
Oh,
Panamanian
nice.
dress,
Uh-huh.
in panels that look like that red and black wall.
Oh, how fun.
And she is an amazing, gifted artist.
Really?
Wow.
Who knew?
Well,
Now everybody does.
she's also a writer. She also has been at the Boquete Authors Group before, but now she has been off to school, and I believe she's done with school in New York, and she's doing something amazing there now. So we don't get her this season. Daggone
man.
it. I
Oh,
know.
well.
Too bad.
Can we still get her mom?
Maybe. We'll see.
She's pretty awesome too.
Jessica's
Yeah.
fabulous. Yes, we had a lot of fun with those kids last year.
Yeah.
That was really great. So, the other thing that's going on, though, besides The volunteer party next Saturday, the 15th, is 2 weekends later on the 28th of July.
That's a Friday.
That's a Friday. Yeah, we're going to be having the first mega kickoff fundraiser to get some funds in for this season. It's going to be also at Tap Out, and it's going to be just amazing. There's a special food, special dinner priced at only $9 for the night, and it's ladies' night, so that's $2 drinks, margaritas, mojitos, glass of wine.
Oh,
yeah. So we can have a lot of fun with that. And of course, once you had enough lubrication, somebody will hand you a microphone and you can karaoke your heart out. That's going to be amazing. So karaoke is going to be used as a fundraiser. I've never done this, but people tell me it works. You can pay for someone to get up and sing, or pay for somebody to please stop singing.
Yes. That'll probably be me.
Denise,
or Chris.
Denise is pretty sure it's her. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll get you up there.
We'll get Chris Minori up there, and we'll have him sing My Way, I think.
Oh.
And
La, la,
there'll be a certain dollar figure that must be reached before he will stop singing.
Oh, my goodness. That's a great one. That's going to be fun. Oh,
bring
yeah.
your 20s.
Yeah, bring your...
I'd say some hundreds. Bring a couple Benjamins.
Also, speaking of bringing money, we're going to have a silent auction, which then turns not quite so silent when we're going to have some lovely young ladies, probably urchins,
Street urchins.
walking around showing the items for sale, much like Vanna White would do. Look at this beautiful thing. Now, would you like to bid on it? There you go. So that, I think, will be great fun.
You know, Zuleika would be good for that.
Zuleika is always good. She's
Sí.
very beautiful. Que
Sí.
linda.
Sí, sí.
Sí. We also are going to try to do a thing, taking credit cards and being able to do bank transfers right on your phone, right in the moment. I mean, these are just new things. This is all Ira's fault. He's actually a
He's one of those
millennial.
21st century people.
He is. He's used to this century, and he can do the technology of this century and slowly bringing us old people along with him.
He's almost George Jetson.
I know. He needs the flying car, but other
Yeah.
than that, yes.
Yeah, it's coming anytime now.
I know. So there's a lot of good things that we'll talk a little bit more probably next week about the fundraiser, because that's going to be crazy good.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it will
good.
be fun. Fun. We put the fun in fundraiser, right?
Do you know what time that one starts?
I'm pretty sure it starts at 5,
5
but
o'clock?
all y'all can come anytime you want to.
Yeah.
Come earlier if you want. There's nothing
It
wrong
works
with-
for me because it's 1 kilometer down the hill.
Yeah.
Exactly,
yeah.
right?
It's an easy walk down.
Not so easy going back up.
And just as a preview, we've got some real singers in our Little Shop cast, and we have been again voluntold, but we didn't
Yes.
we didn't squirm too hard to make sure that we have some really good karaoke prepared. So
Yeah.
yeah, we will definitely be there and singing for you, and I'm sure you'll want to pay me to sing more. So
Absolutely,
sure
absolutely you will.
Well, I was going to ask you, Mary, are you going to do anything from opera, anything classical, or anything
I
Gilbert and
could.
Sullivan? I don't know.
Yeah, actually, I think my opening number is going to be, it's called The Alto's Lament, and it actually has a highlight from a lot of different musical theater shows. I love that. Do you love that?
Yes.
Do you know that one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I love that song.
It's
so
very
if you,
Sondheim-esque.
yeah, if you like musical theater, it mentions about 20 different shows within it. And,
Oh, cool.
Talks about being a member of the chorus and never getting the solo.
Oh, nice.
So,
Very alto.
yeah, but it's a great song.
Cool.
So I'm excited to sing it for you guys.
Oh,
man.
I'm delighted. I'm looking forward to that. That's really going to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they have that on a karaoke selection?
I have the backing track, but I also found it on YouTube, so I think it should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
goodness. Well, tell us a little bit about your background now, Mary. You obviously, as a performer before, did you study in school or did you just do a lot of community? You said all the things you'd sung, but I wasn't sure.
I actually studied piano performance when I was in college, so I do have a music minor. But with that, I was in choirs and I did
Okay.
band before that. But then after college, I did a lot of choirs. I was in the Utah Symphony Choir for about 6 years, And then
That's almost as good as the Tabernacle, right? I
right,
mean, yeah.
exactly. It's better, actually.
It's probably better, yeah, right, different.
Yeah, different. But then I found out that the opera was doing Carmina Burana.
Oh,
You guys
man,
know
that's my
Carmina
favorite.
Burana. I
Yeah.
love Carmina Burana.
Yes.
Oh, Fortuna.
Yes.
I know it. I can see the
Oh,
knights riding
goodness.
down the hill.
So I was like, oh, I'm a little choir backbencher. They won't want me, but I have to audition because I love Carmina Burana.
Oh, yeah.
And I went and I sang I sang something from Secret Garden for my opera audition.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Ooh, cool.
actually pretty embarrassed about it now, that what I did when I was like 25 for my opera audition. But the director said, "You're in," and I was really amazed.
Wow.
And so I got in. Carmina Burana was my first opera with Utah Opera Company.
That's
in
amazing.
2002. Yeah, and it was fantastic, and that led to my opera chorus career. For the next 18 years,
So
I sang in the opera chorus.
That is exactly what I was trying to wheedle you down to get to this, is because of, instead of just singing and just music, this is where you actually learned how to strut about on stage and
Yes.
stage presence. That's where I was going with this, to
Oh,
go,
I
how
see.
much acting have you?
Oh, well, I didn't tell you that I actually do have a theater minor. So I was in college is actually where I learned. My amazing teacher, Jim Christian at Weber State University, and people in Utah know who he is. He's awesome.
Okay.
He taught me my theater skills of how to do blocking, how to
Yes,
be
stage
professional,
presence.
have stage presence. Yeah, I learned that in college. I wasn't very good at it in college. I got better at it later.
That happens a lot.
But yeah. So I am always grateful for Jim's classes in musical theater, and I have lots of friends from college that are professionals now that still play on Broadway, and they work at Disney
Wow.
World, and they work on cruise ships.
Oh, that's excellent.
That were all my colleagues in college. So yeah, it was
Yeah.
great training in the musical theater program at Weber State.
I love it when
That is
actors
so cool.
who put so much effort into it, training, college, whatever, they get to actually make a living at their craft. They make money doing what they're best at doing, and that's always awesome. That's always incredible.
Or as an alternative, you can just come to Boquete and do all the work for no money.
And
There's that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, we call that reinventing yourself.
Yes.
And you don't come to Boquete to retire. You come to rewire.
There you go.
And so, and it does happen a lot. We have a lot of people who've never acted before, never done stand-up comedy before. And they get up there and discover, I like this. This is fun,
Well, it is fun. All you have to do is see Denise's face. I've seen a couple rehearsals.
Yes.
I've seen the comedy. I've seen the acting. Now I'm seeing the dance. And she just lights up the stage, man. She's having so much fun up there. How is the choreography in your brain? Because that is a different kind of skill.
Well, it is a different skill. Fortunately, we videotape our practices.
Oh, very nice.
So I'm one of those muscle memory people.
Uh-huh.
So what I do is I take the videotape until I'm comfortable with the steps,
Uh-huh.
and then I download the Motown music so that I'm listening for the music rather than watching for cues,
Oh, very good.
and practice in front of the mirror. And I don't really see me. I see what the steps should be.
Sure.
And but then I start dancing and I forget all about it. I just have fun. I mean, by the time I get done on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm more slap out and high as a Georgia pine. I sleep really good on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah,
I'll
I
bet you
bet you
do.
do.
Yeah. And see, there's the other benefit of joining BCP. All this exercise.
All this exercise and brain. I mean, as we age, it is important to do new things and challenge the brain to new neural pathways that you've never had before. It's interesting that you said that about first learning it and then forcing yourself to do it without looking at anybody else. That's very typical, and I can remember the dance classes in which everybody's performing to the mirror, because you can watch what's going on and remember the steps and get your cues off of other people, and then the choreographer says, okay, turn around, face the other direction. And everybody goes just white in the face. It's like, well, how am I going to, but I don't, and who am I going to, and then that's how you learn it.
Yeah.
It's how you learn it. It's tough. It's very, very different skills.
Well, the cool thing about working with the Johnsons is even if you make a boo-boo, you just laugh.
Right.
Just laugh and move on.
Right.
We in one of the songs that we're doing is Rockin' Robin.
Uh-huh.
We're doing the old-fashioned hand clapping thing,
Oh, yeah.
but we're doing it to the side.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So it winds up visually very interesting.
Yeah, I would say so.
That would be a lot of fun, and also visually for you, totally challenging because you never remembered to grow eyeballs out your side.
Right. Well, and I've discovered that I can't wear my glasses when I'm dancing because I have no idea where they're going to fly off and visit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you need one of those strappy things, ties it down to your head or
I'm
something.
already a nerd. Let's not go there.
And maybe some tape right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
No, you're not a nerd. You're the farthest thing from a nerd that I
No,
can
my
think
background
of.
is actually in accounting.
Well, that's kind of nerdy.
My undergraduate is in accounting. My master's is in international business.
Wow.
So massive nerd for the whole time I was in the workforce.
Well,
Nerds
that's
are my
okay.
people, though. Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah, I love nerds. It just means you're excited and you love something. That's
Yeah.
what it means, and I love those kind of people.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Clark Kent, he was a nerd. He worked
Nerd
for
it
the
up.
newspaper and then, wore those shiny tights and flew
Boy, I
around
wish I
saving
looked as
people.
good as he did in them britches.
Oh, man. Well, you started with the overalls. That's good. Work your way up. Work your way up to the shiny breeches.
And something I thought of while you were talking, Denise, is just that it's so good to find those activities where you can be totally in the moment, like in the flow.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want to find, especially, some of us are getting a little older, finding those things that we can do where we're totally just completely engulfed in what we're doing is so good for your brain, and doing it something physical or art or whatever it is, music.
Yeah.
It's so good for us as human beings, and doing it with other people is even more beneficial.
Social interaction.
Yeah.
It's using your memory,
Exactly.
It's making that brain work. This is probably a good way to prevent Alzheimer's. I'm just saying.
It
Totally,
is. It
completely, yes.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm really excited about too is the fact that what's being created in all this rehearsal time is excellent theater.
Mm-hmm.
We are really raising the bar this year particularly, but it's going to be an incredible season with all these fabulous shows. Let's do the rundown again. We got El Sendero. That's the first show, which is in Español y Inglés, Spanish and English. It's really going to be an interesting experiment we haven't done before. So people who are working on their Spanish, come and enjoy it, and people who are working on your English, come and enjoy it. And we're going to have a really interesting mix of Bocateños, I think, because of the nature of the show. Second show is
Motown.
The Motown Generation Show.
And I think that I have been corrected to be told the name of it is the Motown Family Reunion.
Oh, okay.
Does that sound like what you've been hearing around the studio there, Miss Denise?
Some of both. I've heard that. I've also heard Motown Generations.
Yeah, that's what I thought the name of it
So,
was.
but-
So we'll double check all things with Rhonda.
We know Motown is in the title.
We know
word,
the
so-
Motown is in the title.
And Vanessa Ferguson's going to be singing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is she awesome? Okay.
All right,
All
let's
right.
get her up there. That's
As
fantastic.
soon as those tickets go on sale, people get over to the BCP or get online and get a hold of those things because
Yeah,
there's some amazing talent going on there. Yeah.
really amazing. We've got some really excellent singers in the show, as well as fantastic dancers
Yeah.
And enthusiastic ones.
and enthusiastic ones.
That's what
Well-
really counts, honestly. When I'm watching a show, I'm not that worried about, are you making it perfectly? Are you hitting all the skill?
Right.
Are you charismatic? Are
Exactly,
you making
yes.
me believe that you're having fun? Because you
Right.
really are. That's what makes a show
You
fun
can-
to watch.
You can be
That's so
anything
true.
Yeah.
That's
as
really
long
true.
as you're entertaining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and we were starting to talk before about how Motown Family Reunion is more like a book show, as you have taught us the phrase, because Rhonda has written a more extensive script.
Mhm.
There's a reason for everybody's presence. There's a reason for the types of songs that are going on, and it's really well done.
And we even have some cameos.
Oh, yeah? Wow.
Ah.
What?
Is she looking at
Oh,
you?
yeah, that's right.
Just
yeah.
saying.
I've-
saying.
That's
gonna be
right.
fun.
I forgot all about that.
And when you see him, the phrase "snatch a knot in you" is going to come in your head.
Oh,
Snatch a
'Cause
knot.
I'm going to snatch a knot in him.
oh my!
Oh, I
Well,
don't know what that
I'll
means.
be
I
wearing
don't
my
know what
helmet.
that means either. That's a new one to me.
Did you say a nut or a knot?
Knot.
Knot. Oh, please! I hope it's a
Southern.
knot. Oh my!
Not nut.
This is
But
getting
a nut,
dangerous.
Nut. It's not a nut.
Well,
Okay,
yes, there are cameos. Well, also on that show, one of BCP's own, Susie Primer, is
Yay.
choreographing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, between Rhonda and Susie, I think it's just going to be such an incredible show, and everybody else that's working on it as well. It'll be fantastic. And then after the Motown show,
That's when we have Tin Woman. The Tin Woman.
The Tin
So that's
Woman.
going to be an interesting dramedy.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of the Tin Woman, I don't know why, but the way it shakes out in Boquete is we generally get a lot more ladies who want to act than guys.
I think it's Boquete. I think that's
In
kind
general.
of,
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
that's kind
is
of
it?
universal. Uh-huh.
But the Tin Woman has parts for two guys, a younger gentleman and an older gentleman.
Yeah, pretty amazing scenes.
So so we'd like everybody to come out and audition for this. Men, women, older, younger, all across the board. For
all
that.
shapes and sizes and colors and creeds. We can go with all of them.
Okay, so then after the Tin Woman, because we'll all be, busy gathering our emotions again.
Yes. So after we've gathered the emotions, we can take them to the blues extravaganza the following weekend. That's going to be really fun. Some amazing talent this year. A gentleman that stepped up because he was visiting Boquete last year, came to the blues show, was persuaded to get up during the jam.
The jam.
He did not have his own guitar, so he wasn't going to play. But who was it, Eduardo?
I don't remember who.
gave him
Somebody had an extra
spare guitar.
Yeah.
This guy is Eugene Gray. Turns out he is one of the top music educators and performers. Oh my gosh, he's out of New York and he's relocating to Boquete.
Whoa.
So
Wow.
So
Yeah, I love blues.
Oh my gosh, he is amazing.
That's
So
awesome.
we've been to see B.B. King, and I thought we were pretty much in the presence
yeah.
of B.B. King. when I
Yeah, he
heard
channeled him
play.
directly. It was amazing. The guitar work on this dude was just mind blowing.
Yeah.
I think Boquete is becoming a talent magnet.
Yeah,
People with all kinds of really great talent are seeking us out now.
which is wonderful. Come on down.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Yeah.
That's because of how good you guys are doing with the program.
Well,
great job.
Hey.
Thanks.
And thanks for being part of that, because the next show after the blues is your show, Little Shop of Horrors.
Little shop of horrors. Call a cop.
Let's have some horror and make it fun.
Exactly.
So for those, 6 people who have never seen the show or heard of it, can you give us a little rundown about what it's about and how it goes down?
Sure. It's actually based on an original B movie from the 60s that was called Little Shop of Horrors, and it's actually pretty close to that plot. If anybody wants to go find that on YouTube, it's kind
Roger
of fun.
Corman directed that.
Yeah,
There you go.
They
There
shot
you
it
go.
in 2 days.
Yeah.
That's Corman.
But it's not too bad. It's about this shop in Skid Row where they sell flowers, and how their lives are down on Skid Row, and what happens there when a very strange and unusual plant is added into the mix.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to come watch the show to find out what happens with this plant, I think, because I don't want to give that away. Spoilers.
Absolutely. Don't give that away.
If you haven't seen
Unless,
it.
of course, you watch the Roger Corman movie. From
Yeah,
1960.
that's true. You'll probably figure it out if you watch that.
Yeah.
That was not a musical.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
The original's not a musical.
I'm pretty sure that everybody realizes we are talking about a man-eating plant.
Oh, she just spoiled it. Oh no,
I did
no.
it. Spoiler. Yeah, it's just so much fun, though, to see how this...
Yes, but that means that you're gonna have to have some kind of big, huge plant that's big enough for a person to get inside.
Oh,
So
we're
let's see how
having
that
that.
goes.
That's being created
Yeah.
by the director.
My gosh, gosh, it's going to be astonishing.
It's gonna be amazing.
I think it's going to be just off the hook, crazy fun.
So we got puppetry in this as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another spoiler: the plant is actually not alive.
Stop it.
What?
I know it's terrible.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so many skills in this show: music, drama, puppetry,
yeah.
amazing stuff. Yeah,
It runs the gamut of fun, really. It's
totally.
It's really going to be outrageous. So that's the nice show that ties up the end of our season. I think
The
it's going to be
nice,
amazing.
horrifying,
The nice,
terrifying
yes.
murder show.
Well, it
Yes.
fits because our season ends just before Halloween, right?
Yep, exactly.
Oh,
So-
yeah, perfect.
it's it's right in the Halloween theme kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Well, and the bookends to this whole thing will be the opening and closing gala.
That's true.
Indeed.
That's going to be really fun. The opening gala is going to be on the 2nd of September in the theater at the tent at the Rock. And like last year's galas, I think it's going to be extraordinary fun. It's going to be kind of classy, with the past appetizers and the fine dresses and a little snippet, a little bit of each show to wet your whistle.
A little enticement.
Yes, and a lot of prizes and raffles and things like that there, which are always popular for some reason. The 50-50 especially, that goes over well. So we're going to have fun with that. And then closing gala is going to happen right after Little Shop's last performance on that Sunday afternoon. That's going to be really fun, really, really fun.
It'll be like a closing gala cast party.
cast party.
For all the casts.
Mega mess, yeah.
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 Mega mess.
Yeah, mega mess. It's just going to be, some people are going to be walking around in scary costumes and blood, and some people are going to be walking around in fine costumes.
Last year, when we did the closing gala, it was really like an exclamation point on the
Yes,
season.
yes.
It was that kind of fun.
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
A lot of people getting up on stage, dancing.
Oh my gosh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Weber was spinning the tunes,
Yeah.
and we were dancing, and some of the video from that, I think, has got to be in another show. It was fantastic.
And by the way, I got to give a shout out to York Zen and the crew at the Rock,
yes.
because they do such an amazing job for us.
Yes.
At the tent. And if you weren't there last year, you may not know this, but we've got a bar set up at the tent. You don't even have to leave the cover of the canvas.
Nope.
To get delicious snacks.
Actually, the snacks are really good and very well priced.
Yes.
Fancy things.
Yeah. Our chef is just amazing.
Chef Roberto.
Chef Roberto. He
creative.
puts out just such excellent snacks and treats. And then special prices on cocktails as well.
Yeah.
So it makes the whole evening just, an event.
Yes.
It's date night. It's fun night. You can go to the Rock for a meal before or after the show, and it's one-stop shopping for fun.
That's one of the things about our shows is our curtain time is
Early.
This has got to be new for you, Mary, to have 5 p.m. curtain and generally a 7 p.m. closing curtain. So you can dine before or after.
I like
people.
that.
Yeah, I do too. It's
Yeah.
funny how it's an adaptation for how the culture in Boquete is, because a lot of people don't want to drive after dark,
Including
up into
me.
the hills. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I live in Jaramillo. I really don't want to drive after dark.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's just a little too windy.
Right.
And
And
hilly.
dippy.
Dippy, uppy, down.
I really appreciate the earlier curtain time with the rain at night and
Yeah.
it's so much better.
Yeah, so that works out quite well. It's one of the little things we have done here because it's different here than other
It's
places.
different here.
Yeah,
I like that though.
yeah.
Should
And-
be.
Most people can stay awake through the show also. which is
That's
good.
new as well.
Yes.
We do have a little bit of an older audience here generally, I think. But
Yes, well, we've got older
also a
players and
consideration.
older audience. So.
Yes. So we do all that very well. But we do, my goodness, we have a lot of young people working with us.
We have a
this
lot of young
season.
people in our show, yeah,
Yes.
in Little
Yeah.
Shop. Yeah, I'm impressed with that too, because I was like, ooh, are we all going to be?
Yeah. We're all getting younger. Look at us on stage getting younger.
I know.
It's like
That's
the
fun.
fountain of youth.
Yes.
I did have one observation coming in of just seeing how well you all work together. Even just coming to the show last October and seeing the audience and how much they were involved with everything and buying tickets for the raffle and really enjoying all being part of everything, how well you work together, but how much you're just all friends with each other.
Yeah.
People come in and you're just having a good time all the time, and I want to be part of that.
And I think
and we're so glad you are.
Thank
This
you.
is fabulous.
I think that's the
Fabulous.
most important aspect, really, is being friends. Everybody
Yeah.
we are friends.
Definitely.
Good morning, Rahar. Station owner just popped in, and now he's popped out.
Taking the dogs.
Another friend.
See.
It is very community here.
Yeah,
It really,
I
really
love that.
is.
Yeah.
And the friends are a big part of it, and also the support of the community for the theater and the theater for the businesses around here too. We're going to have a pretty extensive sponsorship program this year, which we have not started as yet, but that's going to be starting
We'll be launching that next week.
right after the Saturday event. And we like to really reward the businesses and the individuals who come out and to give money and make sure we get a good product on stage for everybody.
So we reward the businesses by letting them give us money,
Exactly.
but we will advertise them. We will tout their wares and services.
Yep, we'll put their information up here behind us for the podcast viewers, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
will speak their names with glowing reports, much as we have just done with Jorgsen and The Rock,
Yes, absolutely.
who are wonderful sponsors,
Yes.
providing us with the space. It's because of them that we have a venue at all.
And, you
So
know,
we're very impressed.
Also, I got to give a thanks to Scott Lemley and the Tap Out crew. I mean, they're going to do a great job for us for some of our parties, like the one next week.
And they've been giving free of charge the rehearsal space,
Yes.
which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
Fantastic, yeah.
really fantastic.
Yeah, that is
There's
tremendous.
a lot of support in this town for our little theater, and we're trying to be the best that we can be. And we owe it to people. That's really exciting.
Yeah.
Well, we are the premier English-speaking.
theater company.
in Panama.
Yes.
You're right. You're right. Yes, I had there's a good friend in Coronado, Rob Brown. Now, Rob and his beautiful wife, Yolanda, were the creators of Panama, the musical. And that was an incredible show. Ran 33 performances in Panama City in a 700-seat house. And I'm like, how did you pull that off? And, of course, then we heard the tales of all the hair pulling to pull it off. So Rob is like, really? Premier English speaking? Well, there's us. I go, yeah, you don't even have a season like we do.
Yeah.
You
so,
get a performance every once in a while. So it's us. He said, well, you certainly are the longest running English speaking theater in Panama. And I said, okay, and premier. So
uh-huh.
'cause-
Challenge us for it.
yeah, you want to have a play off? Let's do it.
But you know, in
Do
the
it.
future, we do have plans to collaborate
We
with
do,
Rob
actually, yes.
and bring some of his shows. He's got a new show. I think it's going to be hysterical. It's a parody on the show Hair. It's called Gray Hair.
And it's
and-
really funny. It's
Yeah.
a hilarious escapade.
Yes, it's
It's
the
a lot
dawning
of
of
fun.
the
I have
age
the
of
wardrobe.
hilarity.
Yes, you do. You
Oh,
are
yeah.
you are well dressed.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
baby.
Look at those peace signs
Peace
Yeah.
sign,
all over. Look at that
colors, yeah.
psychedelic
Very
color
60s.
stuff.
I feel like I dropped acid already.
And I'm not sure I could do Beverly D'Angelo's Good Morning Starshine, but I know the words.
I'll sing behind the curtain for you.
All right,
Good
there you
morning,
go.
starshine.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. It'll be a
I
lot
can
of fun.
definitely do front and center ham bone if she can do the voice.
Yes, collaborations. I love it.
No problem with the ham bone part. I got that. I got that. Yes, I think the whole thing is going to be very fun. So we've got these incredible people that are in Coronado. So they've also been finding out about other theaters going on in Panama City. Now these are not English speaking, but there seems to be a lot more theater involvement, as we learned from seeing Blanca Nieves, Juan Carlos Ademas, and his incredible wife Analia Nunez, who wrote, directed, produced, and starred in this amazing version of Snow White, in turning the Federal Mall into a 500-seat theater it was astonishing. And we had them on the show. They'll be back in town next week, and we'll be talking with them some more. But this is extremely exciting to me to see theater, English speaking or Spanish speaking, coming along in Chiriquí is very, very cool.
Well, we saw a great performance by La Plaza Theatre, PTY. It's another Panamanian theater company. They did a great
David.
show.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, the Spanish name, but it was basically an Oscar Wilde play. It was
Disparatada
Luna de Miel.
La
Yes,
Disparatada Luna de Miel.
yes.
Really
Desperate honeymoon.
different kind
No,
of honeymoon.
crazy.
Crazy honeymoon.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
A different kind of honeymoon.
But it was
Desperate
also.
honeymoons are done in North Georgia.
Oh yeah, in California it's Tijuana.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun, very professional, only put on for two performances back to back,
Yeah.
6 p.m. curtain and an 8:30 p.m. curtain, and those were amazing. 4 actors, and all of the scenery was clearly, on loan from Conway, and all of this stuff going on. No extra lighting, no back panels except for what you would put up in cubicles. They pulled it off. They turned that into such a fun performance. Amazing to me. And even though it was all in Espanol, we were fine with it because it's, farce. It was actually Noel Coward's Private Lives is what it was. But
Yeah.
so you could recognize what's going on here.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
It was
fun.
easy to follow. And the big goal for BCP is to build a permanent home,
Yes.
a theater, a performing arts complex, basically, where we could have all these theater companies come and do a show.
Yes.
And have it really accessible to the greater community. I mean, I love the expat community because I'm an expat, but I really our vision, our goal is to expand access to theater for everybody.
Right.
So there's something for everyone, Spanish productions, children's theater, puppet shows. We need a good magician. So if anybody out there does magic,
Marco's a good magician.
man, that'd be great to have a big magic show.
That would be fantastic.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Let's see if maybe Marco wants to come for one of the performances of El Sendero.
Yeah.
See
Oh,
if
that'd
that
be
could
great.
Yeah, we could see about that, and we need to get Enrique to sing.
Let's see if we can't get him to do some karaoke.
Our amazing Enrique, who you will find every Tuesday at the BCP Tuesday Market. Shout out to the BCP Tuesday Market, another fabulous sponsor. We have a lot of fun things going on Tuesday mornings down at that intersection there at the end of the bridge, and it's so much fun. There's a market at Tap Out, there's a market at the Feria, there's a market across the street. It's great.
So Enrique was the one who auditioned with the opera piece, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was at the audition, and I wasn't really paying attention when other people were singing, and all of a sudden I heard
Pavarotti.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, what the heck?
Yep.
I know.
Yeah.
Huh?
And he
No.
sounded amazing. And I
Yeah.
was like, I need to know this guy. We need to
He-
do some duets or
He
something.
is astonishing. Yes.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
had no microphone, and his
No, he
voice
was
just
fantastic.
boomed through that
Yes,
hall. He
for
was
sure.
Yeah.
really amazing.
And
I
that's
talked to him afterward. I need to connect with him again.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Well,
absolutely.
come on down to Tuesday Market. He's there every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
He's the sweetest man you'd ever want to
Yeah.
know, too. So, but
Yeah.
this voice, we had to. I said, "Come on, Enrique, just get up and do that. Just get up and do one." He said, "Oh, okay." So it was really amazing. We'll definitely have him open.
I was not expecting to hear Vesti la Guiba in Boquete,
See?
honestly. So
I know, huh? You just don't know where the talent's going to come from.
right.
Out of left field, right field, from the stock room in the back. Who knows?
Dropping
Yeah.
on your head, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Very fun. There was an amazing performance at the Biblioteca yesterday. Classical music, violin and
Violin and
I can't remember. I don't think it was piano.
No.
Sorry, we didn't get to go. I apologize because I really wanted to. It was fantastic.
Yeah. But that does happen from time to time at the library. I know Marco Santé Black also has a chamber orchestra. We've had him. He was on the other show a few months ago.
Weekend Kickoff.
Kickoff, yeah. And he also teaches young people classical music, and also he has a rock band. So music-wise,
Now,
this
there's
town.
my genre.
Now,
There
see,
you
there
go.
you go.
Something
Exactly.
for everyone.
Because that's what you can do in overalls. So, yeah.
For
Or
I think you could do everything in overalls if
Yes.
you wanted to.
or
Denise could pull it
psychedelic
off.
shirts with the pink bloomers. That would work.
I did sing the Wildwood Weed,
oh yeah, that
but
was a fun song.
fortunately that doesn't have a whole lot of range to it. You can
Right.
pretty much speak it.
Yeah. That was Jim Stafford. That
It
originally,
was.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh.
All right. We'll look forward to that
And
performance again.
shout out to the late Johnny Max. He was my backup on
Okay.
that.
Oh wow. All
And
right.
he was really funny because we hadn't done a whole lot of practicing beforehand.
Uh-huh.
And when we got done, he said, "You knew all the words." Thanks.
Yeah. That part I got.
High
That part I
praise.
definitely got.
That was
That's
a
wonderful.
fun song.
That's very cool. Well, hopefully we'll have occasion to hear that again too, on the karaoke night.
Oh.
Would you
Maybe.
consider?
I could do that.
Can I
you
request
go.
it? I'm going to
All right.
request that one
That'd be
because that would be
awesome.
I
really
can do that.
fun.
Yeah.
We don't have Johnny to back you up, but somebody else could. I know there's a Mary here. She can do anything.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Vocally, you
Love
can
it.
do anything. I'm convinced of
Just
it.
about, yeah.
Maybe not.
I'm pretty talented.
Basso
I'm
profundo.
humble too.
Yeah.
very
you're,
humble.
you're extremely talented.
Thank you.
Wait till you guys hear this lady sing. I
Yeah.
mean, she's gonna blow you away.
It's going to
All
be
right.
really, really fun.
Yeah.
So.
I'd love to sing backup or whatever duets. I love it.
All right.
For anybody who wants to sing with me at the karaoke, I will be there.
Oh, cool.
That will be great.
Yeah, summer nights from Greece. Start thinking ahead. Which ones do you want? Yeah.
Somebody
fun.
suggested maybe for next year we do something like Grease or Mamma Mia, one of the super
Mamma Mia would be
populars.
great.
If
Yeah.
we could maybe think about Mamma Mia. Yeah.
I think that'd be a good one with the women here.
Yeah,
for sure.
I do too.
Yeah.
You know what I think would be fun is if we could do theater in the park
Yes.
in the dry season. Wouldn't that be cool?
That really would.
Yeah.
My
I'm
goodness.
sure we could make some deals, make some arrangements,
So many ideas.
talk to the mayor.
I see Denise's face lighting up, and the wheels are turning.
Uh-huh.
The wheels are turning in there. She's got ideas and making it work. So that's fantastic. This is going to be a really great season, and then we're going to keep on having fun until we get our permanent theater, and then, holy cow, stand back.
And
Stand back.
I know. Just watch us. Just watch us go crazy.
I can't believe how fast this hour goes by, guys. I mean, this
Yeah.
has been a lot of fun talking to you guys, and just that's what we do. We get out, we talk, we try to entertain, we try to have a lot of fun, and keep this Saturday weekend thing rolling.
Yeah,
Right?
pretty fun, pretty good stuff. I like it. I think we're going to have a crazy season. Next Saturday, be a volunteer, come to the party at Tap Out. And then 2 weeks from that, come to the incredible mega fundraiser, karaoke, crazy time at Tap Out. That's going to be the best.
And next Saturday, the 15th, 5 o'clock at Tap Out for the volunteers. And then in 2 weeks, it's Friday, the 28th, at Tap Out, 5 o'clock, fundraiser. Bring your big checkbooks.
Or your bank cards. Or
Bring your platinum cards.
Yeah, all of the above. Muchas gracias, todos.
All right. And thank you to Zuleika, our engineer.
Gracias, Zuleika.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Very cool.
All right, guys.
All right.